Runeterra, there are beings of insane power, like the demigods of Freljord, divine spirits like Janna or Kindred, Ascended, Darken, and so on. And among all these powerful entities, we've got cosmic beings that come from beyond the stars, known as celestials. These celestials are tied to the celestial realm and bodies. A great example are the twin celestials, the golden sister, who represents the sun, and the silver sister, who represents the moon. To make contact with them, you've got to reach the top of Mount Targon. That's where you can be chosen to receive a blessing from one of these celestials. This blessing comes with a bunch of perks, like timeless immortality, meaning you stop aging, but you can still die in other ways. You also get powers related to the celestial who chose you, like with Leona in League. Her abilities are all about the sun, and Diana's powers are silvery and moon themed. So in this video, I'm gonna rank the aspects from weakest to strongest based on their power level. Just to be clear, I'm not ranking the celestials themselves, so Soraka, Aurelion, those kinds of champs aren't part of this. We're only talking about the aspects. Let's kick off the list then, and coming in at number 9 is the aspect of the Traveler, Tiari. We basically know nothing about this character, but just from the fact that it's the aspect of the Traveler and not the aspect of brutal beatdowns and massacres, I'm gonna go ahead and put them in 9th place. It is what it is, just an honorable mention really. Next up, in 8th place, we've got Tarek.
Each life is a rare jewel.
Tarek was a human from Demacia who joined the military to honor his family's lineage, and whenever he had time off, he'd go help people, building houses, taking care of the sick, all that. Basically, he was a good dude. Because he was such a peaceful guy, Tarek would constantly skip training just to appreciate the scenery. Then one day, his whole squad died in battle while Tarek had once again ditched his duties and was spotted elsewhere. Before he could be executed for abandoning his post, Garen saved him and gave him a punishment known as the Crown of Stone, which basically meant he had to climb Mount Targon and come back to redeem himself. Survive the climb, and you've paid your dues. Climbing Mount Targon is almost impossible, so it was basically a death sentence. But guess what? Tarek actually made it. And when he reached the top, the Celestial of Protection saw that he was worthy and gave him their blessing, turning him into the aspect of protection. Since his whole thing is protection, he doesn't really have many offensive powers, and he hasn't really done anything super impressive either. So overall, based on what we've seen, he's one of the weakest aspects. Moving on to 7th place, we've got Diana.
The moon also rises.
There used to be 2 tribes on Targon, the Lunari and the Solari, basically the moon and the sun. Diana was a Solari who got blessed by the Silver Sister, so she got the moon's power. Just to be clear, the Lunari aren't a race. They're a tribe that worships the Silver Sister. When she became the aspect of the moon, Diana gained immortality, a crescent moon-shaped blade, and the moon's magical power. She can shoot energy beams, make shields, all that good stuff. She became an aspect pretty recently, so she doesn't have full control over her powers yet, meaning she could get way stronger with time. In 6th place, we've got Leona.
The sun always rises.
She's a Solari, and there's a whole backstory between her and Diana that I won't get into here, but maybe I'll make a video about it one day. Anyway, Leona got blessed by the Golden Sister, gaining the sun's power. She also got armor, a sword, and a shield infused with solar energy. She can unleash huge blasts of sunlight. In the Call cinematic, we see she's a strong melee fighter, able to go toe-to-toe with Atreus. Even though neither of them was going all out, she still held her own. And even though the Solari hunt the Lunari, to the point they've almost been wiped out and have to live in hiding, Leona's trying to bring Diana back into the tribe, basically to be with the woman she loves. She wants Diana to stop believing in the moon's light and to control her aspect powers, which Leona seems to already have more experience with. Coming in at number 5, we've got Morgana.
This world is all I have.
Unlike the others, Morgana didn't climb Mount Targon herself. It was actually her pregnant mother who made the climb. When her mom, Mihira, got to the top, she was chosen by the Celestial of Justice, who is way more powerful than the Celestials we've talked about so far. Yeah, it's not just about the aspect's power. The power of the Celestial they're connected to also matters. After getting the blessing, Mihira lost her emotions and started abandoning her family all the time to go enforce justice and stop wars. Because of that, her husband ran off with the twins, Morgana and Kael, to a place that would eventually become Demacia. So Morgana and Kael are twins who were born with the power of the Celestial of Justice inside them, thanks to their mom. That power stayed dormant until Mihira sent them her sword. When they touched it, wings grew from their backs and the power kicked in. But because of emotional trauma and family issues and some major disagreements, Morgana ended up throwing the sword away and chaining up her power, suppressing most of it. That's why she's weaker than Kael, who's all about mastering that power and actually has both of Mihira's swords, which are insanely strong weapons. The only feat we've really seen from Morgana is her ultimate struggling to hold back Aatrox in the cinematic, where she and Kael beat him together. But unlike Morgana, who had a hard time keeping Aatrox in check, something you can do with zero struggle is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and consider becoming a member to unlock some cool perks, like requesting video topics. Moving on, in 4th place we've got Kael.
Truth, guide my sword.
And like I said before, she's constantly trying to master her powers, even if it means losing her humanity. She kills anyone who commits any crime, no matter how small, using cosmic fire and her swords to wipe out entire armies. And since Kale keeps leveling up her powers while Morgana's always holding hers back, Kale's obviously stronger right now. Even if Morgana unleashed her full power, she still wouldn't reach Kale's level. She's not training or actively using her celestial power like Kyle is. Morgana's using magic that's not even celestial anymore. It's like Morgana is a shark trying to fish with a human fishing rod, while Kale's a shark just straight up hunting like sharks do. Moving on, in third place we've got Mihira.
Let them behold our resplendence.
I already explained her lore before, so I'll just get straight to the point. Mihira isn't a champion in League, she's actually a card from Legends of Runeterra, and since the video title is Strongest Aspects and not Strongest Aspect Champions, I went ahead and put her on the list. We don't know exactly what her abilities are since she's not a League champion, so there's no kit to go off of. But what we do know is that when she ascended, she and Aatrox together gave Zolani a hell of a fight. In the whole Darkened saga, Zolani ends up soloing Mihira, Aatrox, and Kale, even though Kaylee manages to get out alive. And the way Zolani beat Aatrox and Mihira so easily kind of suggests the two are around the same power level. Plus, Aatrox had already fought and won against a Celestial before, so he might even be stronger than Mihira. I'm putting her above Morgana and Kaylee. Morgana for obvious reasons, and Kaylee because Mihira has simply been an aspect longer, trained more, used the powers more, and she's kind of the original one, right? She's not the daughter of the aspect of justice. She is the aspect of justice. Not to mention, she has that form where she basically transcends and almost becomes a Celestial. She gets totally cracked out, and yeah, it's nuts. In second place, we've got the GOAT Pantheon, aka Atreus.
Let this day be legend.
Unlike the average or mid-tier aspects, when Atreus reached the top of Mount Targon, he didn't just get a blessing from the Celestial of War, he straight up got possessed. Because the Celestial of War is a jerk, instead of blessing the guy and making him his aspect, he just hijacked his body. So when Atreus got possessed, boom, he became Pantheon. That's the deal. Then he ran into Aatrox, and Aatrox skewered him. The hit was so strong, the Celestial inside him died. Yeah, Aatrox literally killed a Celestial. It said Pantheon's constellation vanished from existence. Like if you were looking at the sky, you'd literally see the stars blink out. Nobody really knows how Atreus survived that hit. Probably just pure willpower, cause dude's built different. He tanked the same blow that killed a Celestial, and somehow, Atreus took back control of the body right then and there. And while Aatrox is busy teabagging the Celestial thinking everything's over, the human's still alive. The god might be dead, but Atreus isn't. So Atreus gets back up and boom, claps Aatrox. And I put this Pantheon Atreus combo above Mihira and the rest, because he solo tanked that massive hit from Aatrox. Plus, he fought Leona in the Call cinematic, totally not going all out, kind of just messing around. And he was actually giving her a bit of trouble. He had the upper hand for a moment, even though Leona wasn't going full throttle either. He tanked a god's attack. He is the damn aspect of war. It's Pantheon, man. What else can you say? But unfortunately, he's not number one. And not only that, but there's a massive power gap between first place and the rest of the list. Honestly, I'd say the number one could probably solo everyone else on this list at the same time. And at number one, we've got Zoe.
I wonder who's around.
She's the current aspect of Twilight, which is the strongest of them all. Strong to the point where the previous aspect of Twilight was the one who sealed all the Darken into their weapons and stole the key to Fiddlesticks, who's the strongest primordial demon out there. Unlike the others who had to climb their way to the top somehow, the Celestial of Twilight just straight up teleported Zoe to the top and gave her the powers. Which makes sense, right? I mean, there's no way a big-headed little kid's climbing Targon on her own. And when it comes to raw power, for whatever reason, the Celestial of Twilight is ridiculously strong. So Zoe hits a power level that's basically Toon Force. She can open portals to other realities. Like if she wants to visit a planet full of toys, boom, she's there. She can casually yeet a star at someone who's annoying her like it's nothing. She can literally break the arcane math that holds reality together just by existing, causing random apocalyptic events. She just has Tone Force. She's busted as hell, and she does whatever she wants. And even though she's insanely old, her mind is still that of a child, so she probably doesn't even understand her own powers properly. She just kinda does whatever pops into her head and things happen automatically, which honestly makes her even more dangerous, right? Like, she's a kid. She'll want to prank people or mess around, and those pranks might accidentally destroy an entire planet. You never know. She's just pure chaos. What are you gonna do? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.